Just a robot. So whenever I do one of my what I don't like about blank fanbase, it tends to do well. And my Has Been Hotel videos, all three of them have done excellent.
So, if I combine the two of them, it should do so well, it will boost my channel into the stratosphere, and I'll make so much money.
I mean, I'm doing this video because it's my passion and I truly care about it and I love you guys. Yeah! But in all seriousness, I'm kind of worried about the Has Been Hotel fan base. They're not really that bad right now. At least not compared to some other fan bases. Now, I like Has Been Hotel a lot, and I don't want to see the fan base become terrible and toxic. So please, heed my warning, and I'll tell you guys, the Has Been Hotel fan base, what to look out for. So already, the size of the Has Been Hotel fandom is already rivaling the size of other fandoms, like the Undertale fandom, the RWBY fandom, and even the Rick and Morty fandom. But the thing is, there's already an entire series for RWBY, 4 seasons for Rick and Morty, and 1.5 games for Undertale. Has Been Hotel has 1 pilot, 1 spin-off pilot, and a music video. That's it, and the fandom is already rabid and everywhere. The good news is this will create hype for the show. The bad news is I think it will create too much hype. There's already so much fan fiction, fan theories, and ideas of how the characters in Has Been Hotel will act. I'm just afraid that Has Been Hotel might have so much hype behind it that when it finally comes out, people are just going to be disappointed, no matter what it does. Or the show actually will be terrible, but there will be a small section of the fan base that will deny it. Kind of like certain Star Wars fans I know. All we know about Charlie's mom is, well, what she looks like. We don't know anything about her personality, but the fan base expects her to be a femdom BDSM sadomasochist. If she's not like that in the show, some people will be upset. And if enough people are upset, VIZIPOP might buckle down and do what the fan base wants her to do, which is almost never a good thing. It's kind of like how Ben 10 fans want Ben always to transform into the alien he picks and start off with Master Control. But if the creators listened to the fans and gave him that right at the start, the show would be far less interesting. But what the fandom has done to Charlie's dad is even worse. Yes, we know what he looks like, just like Charlie's mom, but we also know he isn't a good father. But the fan base is trying to betray him like that. I don't know why, but they are. There are also the shipping wars, with people shipping characters like Alastor and Angel Dust. And as we know, Alastor isn't gay.
And what can you do, my effeminate fellow?
I can suck your dick.
Ha! No.
Your loss.
Or people shipping Alastor and Charlie, who is a lesbian and is in a relationship. It's kind of weird how much people demand gay representation, and once we finally get it, they try to make them not gay. Now, to be fair, this isn't a huge problem. It happens to straight characters all the time. But still, I'm worried that a few of the members of the fan base are going to riot if Charlie doesn't end up with Alastor. Oh, and by the way, Alastor looks like a color-swapped version of Charlie's dad, which is even weirder. So, VIZIPOP, if you're watching this video, you have 2 choices. 1, don't have Charlie end up with Alastor and get murdered by the Alastor and Charlie shippers. Or 2, have them get together, thus making the show less progressive, causing you to get cancelled on Twitter. Again. Let me tell you this about shipping. The crap I get for my political videos is nothing compared to the crap I get for my power scaling videos. And power scaling is only the male version of female shipping. And that is even more toxic than the power scaling fandom, if you can believe it or not. Now, in my last video on Has Been Hotel, a review of the song Addicted, I briefly mentioned a fan theory about how Valentino is mind-controlling Angel Dust with the smoke he blows at him. I said it was stupid, but a few people in the comment comments section defended the fan theory, saying that it wasn't straight up mind control, but he was controlling Angel Dust through a drug in the same way some pimps control their workers with heroin. And to that I have to say, guys, have you seen the Hazbin Hotel pilot? There's literally a vending machine where you can get all kinds of drugs. I don't think he's controlling Angel Dust at all. Now I want to make this clear, there's only a few bad apples in the fandom. But do you know what happens when you put a bunch of good apples with bad apples? They all become rotten. I'm seriously not trying to generalize everybody in the fandom, even though I'm gonna get a bunch of comments saying that I am. If you haven't done the things I brought up in this video, good, more power to you. But already I see this fandom heading downhill, and fast. I always get nervous when I see a stupid fan theory, or shipping wars. I've seen what happened to the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base, the RWBY fan base, the Rick and Morty fan base. And don't even get me started on the My Little Pony and Sonic fan base. Just make sure to keep an eye out for the bad people in the fan base, and make sure to lower your expectations before the first season of Hazbin Hotel comes out. Oh, and as for the Helluva Boss fan base, it's doing good. Perfect even. I see nothing wrong with it. Now before I go, I just want to tell you guys that I have a Patreon. And I'm soon going to make my Patreon Discord my main Discord and delete the one I have now. I'm really close to making YouTube a full-time job, and I just need a little bit more help to reach that point. Also, for everybody who's wondering when that video about my past is coming out, well, the editing is almost done, I'm just cleaning up the middle a little bit. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten about it, and when it comes out, it's going to blow your mind. My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just the robot marches on.
Any tissue at all. None.